Hi there. Thank you for joining this masterclass on stock control and getting yourself ready for the end of financial year. So a few things we'll be covering are stock taking, ordering and receiving, the management of professional stock, how to generate accurate reporting. That will lead through to being able to budget better, and how reducing admin time is really important, and stock on hand, having that accurate in your shortcuts is going to help you achieve that. So we'll go through a few of these. We do have a question and answer at the end of the session if you do have any questions. I have Emma with me today. Emma is going to go through and actually show you via like a demo. I'm going to be the salon owner and I'm going to be asking questions. So we'll get started. I'll just bring up our shortcuts. Just bear with me. There we go. All right, Emma. So let's just say I'm a little bit familiar with shortcuts. I know where to find the stock. I know you're going to take me there, but I'm just not sure whether it's set up correctly. So can you just take me through and show me how I can make sure this is set up correctly?
Yes, absolutely. So everyone's going to be at a different part of their stock journey. Some will already be doing ordering and receiving, which is great. Some may manage the stock uh, manually, or you may be all in and doing regular stock takes. So wherever you are in your journey with stock, it's important to come in and check the setup. So to access your products menu, you come down to stock in the navigation panel, up to products, and you'll see your products listed here. So at the moment, I'm in the company and line view, but I can change that and have a look at it by supplier also. Setting up your levels is probably the first thing that you need to consider, and that's so that you can manage your stock effectively with ordering and receiving and being able to forecast what you've actually got on hand and what you need to have. So if I open, for example, Moroccan oil and I have a look at the professional column here, I can see what I currently have. I can see my minimum level, which I use to reorder from, and I can have a warning level set up here as well. So you can make changes to any of the columns from in here. I can easily come into current and change that. So I could make that 2 or maybe 0. But if you want to track that change using a stock take, shortly I'm going to come over and actually show you how to use our stock take feature as well, so that it's tracked a little bit easier. Having a look here, you may either look at minimum or maximum levels. So you can reorder from whichever level you want. When you see a bar in shortcuts across the top here, you can add more columns. So I can go right click and unlock this and right click again, and I can see all sorts of different information about my products. I could add maximum level here, but I just want to alert you to something that might affect some people listening tonight, and that is a minimum order quantity. I'll bring that up. Some companies, like I know Redken used to, requires you to order in multiples of, say, 3 or maybe multiples of 10. If that is something that affects you guys, feel free to reach out to our support desk and we can explain this in a little more detail to you. But just to touch on it lightly, you can go and put those reorder levels in here, but that's the time that you'd need to have a minimum level and a maximum level. For tonight, we're just going to keep it really simple because that doesn't affect a lot of people. And I'm just going to reorder from my minimum level. To see which you're reordering from, so minimum or maximum, just going to take a step away from the screen for a moment. You can come into Setup, Configuration, across to the left-hand side here, and down to General. And then we're going to choose the stock option. And here you can set whether you want to reorder from minimum or maximum. It absolutely doesn't matter because you don't need to use both of them. So you can just choose which one you want. And I have chosen to use my minimum level. So this is what I always want to have on the shelf, and this is what I do have on the shelf. Some people use warning level for knowing when they've run out of something, or maybe they put 1 in as a warning. And that means that when you've only got 1 left on the shelf, it's going to pop up at point of sale and let you know that you've just got 1 left. So either when it runs out, 1, 2, you guys can choose, or you just simply hide it by unclicking it from the top and you don't have to have it there at all.
Stick. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to show you just while we're here. You can also add barcodes to your products. I know not super relevant for End of Financial, but seeing as we're in this space, you just need to click into the barcode area. And if you have a barcode scanner, and you can chat to us if you do require one, because we have them for sale on our shop, you can scan a barcode. I'll just scan one now to show you how easy it is to pop them in. So when you scan that barcode using your barcode scanner, it automatically pops the product, the number in there, hit enter, and that's saved, or you can type it in. So that's going through and setting up levels for your stock.
Great. Thank you. Now, for ordering and receiving and stock taking, those are done via the supplier. So can we just make sure that, how do we make sure the supplier is set up correctly?
Yeah, excellent question. So remember how I said at the start down here, we've got company in line and supplier. So company in line makes the most sense for us to look at it to sell and to set up, because that's what we think of. We think of Moroccan oil, we don't really worry about who we get it from. But to do your ordering and stock taking, we want to make sure it's attached to its correct supplier, because you may get 3 different companies from the one supplier and you might just want to do one order. Or you could separate them into 3 separate suppliers. That's up to you. I'll come into supplier here. And what you may come across is a product that is under this no supplier. Now, my products are all set up perfectly, so that's okay. I'm just going to drag one and show you what your system may look like. So when you first come into supplier, you may have a little plus next to no supplier, and that indicates to you that there's something that actually hasn't been correctly linked to its supplier. So if you were to do an order for that supplier, it's actually not going to show that product. So before you get started with managing your stock correctly and doing ordering and receiving through shortcuts, please do reach out to our support desk if you can see a little plus under the supplier screen next to no supplier, and just ask them to help you move all of those products that currently aren't listed to a supplier up, because they'll be able to show you a really quick and effective way to do that, and so that it doesn't happen ongoing as well.
Perfect. Thank you. So now that my stock is set up correctly, I just want to do a little stock take. Would you like to show me how we're going to do that?
Fantastic. Yeah, so if you've chosen to do a stock take rather than updating your current levels in that screen, you can just pop down to the stock take feature here, still in the stock area of the navigation panel. I've got lots of old stock takes here, that some I've completed, some that are still in progress. So all I need to do is hit new. I'll just do a very small I'll just go MO for Moroccan oil, prof for professional. I'll just do a small one now so that I don't take up a lot of your time. So we just type in what it is that we are going to stock take. We do recommend that you keep them nice and small. So rolling stock takes is often best. We don't really want you to get to June 30 and have to do a massive stock take of all of your products, because that's going to be exhausting for you. It's better to do this range this week and another range the next week, or maybe even just retail for Redken this week and professional next week. So really break it down and just manage it often, but at your leisure, so that you're not overwhelming yourself. So once we hit new and add our name here, we go next, and I need to add the products that I'm going to count. So I'm just going to come here and just add this little range and press add. Done to close the window, and I'm ready to start. So I'll choose start, and I want to activate the stock take. Please untick the bottom 2 forms. You really don't need them. Feel free to tick them the first time and print them out if you want. If you have a printer attached and you'd like to walk over to the shelf or out into the back room and write your stock take down, that's okay. You can leave this one ticked and it will print out a great form for you. If not, feel free to untick it, and you can always have someone out in the back room or at the shelf and they can call the numbers out to you. So, I'll click in count. I'll say, all right, read them out to me, 2, 0, 1, and the apprentice or someone will be calling them out there for you. So I'm just going to go and add some numbers in there. I've got lots of stock that I was wrong on, and I'm finished. So once you've done that, we can hit the stock take button. Are you sure you want to complete? So yes. There are some products that had differences recorded. So it's asking you now, would you like to perform a recount? If you choose no, it's just going to update the shortcuts current levels, which is what I want to do. If you're not sure if that was accurate, you can always hit yes, and this window will stay there for you, and you can enter the next count and just make sure that it was 100%. I don't want to do that, so I'm done, and there we are. Congratulations, you have successfully completed your stock take. And what we will see then, Jonathan, is if I pop back into products and have a look at Moroccan Oil Professional, I can see all of those numbers I've just entered have come in and updated this screen for me.
Great. So just so people are aware of the red. So when we were in the stock take, and there was that difference and it was showing as red, that is because the stock on hand in the product list was higher than what you've recorded in the stock take. Is that correct?
It just means there was a difference. It could be higher, it could be lower.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So in this case, this was the count. So in this case, it was that one was lower, this one was higher, 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 higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Perfect. Ah, you see. Yep. So red, it doesn't necessarily mean there's a deficit there. It's just
absolutely. It could be higher or lower, just indicating that there was a difference.
Okay, great. That's now updated. Our stock take has been done. So if I wanted to now get a report that's going to show all my stock on hand, because it's the end of the financial year.
Yeah,
Would you like to
awesome.
show me a little bit of reporting before we move on to the next part?
Yeah, excellent. So your bookkeeper or accountant may ask for a value of stock on hand, and the only way to work that out is your buy prices, and obviously, luckily, Shortcuts knows your buy prices as well. And so it's really is looking at this value. Otherwise, it's a bit of a guessing game. So we want that to be accurate. We pop into Tools, Reports, and under Stock, there is a report called the Stock Control Report. Your accountant will absolutely love you for this one. They really, really like it. So we run it, make sure you run it on June 30, so it's nice and accurate based on the end of that day. And it has here for you your total in stock and, more importantly, the value on hand. Now, they can scroll down and there's many pages of this report. Like for us, we've got quite a few products in there, so there's 17. So this goes down as a full breakdown. You can, when you are running this particular report, when we hit view, so for it to load up, you can go across to the options here if you don't want to see absolutely everything and do a range at a time. Or you can come into miscellaneous and choose different options. So only display items that are in stock. Do you want professional or retail or both? Do you want it in tax, X tax? So it's got a lot of different options here so that you can change and customize that report to your needs. But definitely the top of the first page is what the accountant's going to want to see. So perfect for end of financial year.
Yeah, fantastic. And I can export this report as well because it's
absolutely.
17 pages. Yeah.
Yes. So you can export it. When you export it, you can change it to a PDF and save it on the computer and then email it off to them. Or you can save it into Excel if you want to, but usually a PDF is what the bookkeeper or accountant wants to see. It's easy for them to then go through everything, save it to the disk file, and then attach it to an email for them.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Just while before we get into the ordering and receiving, we're talking about, keeping stock on hand accurate. Would you like to share the best practice for managing professional stock?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously when you're selling your retail, just on the flip side, it's managing it for you. You're selling it through point of sale, you're checking out the client as they purchase it. That's really easy and it's happening all the time for you. But professional stock management, we really do need to have a solid process for your team to follow. So what we recommend you do is have a stock bin out in the back color room, or maybe if you've got like a double story setup, you may need a stock bin down at the basins at the downstairs area as well. And then as things are used and empty, you get the team to put that in the bin. We do recommend you then bring that bin to reception at the end of every day. It can go a couple of days if you want, depending on how busy you are. We just don't want it to be a big job for the team because they're going to do it more accurately and keep on top of it if it's less heavy lifting for them. So if you build it into your end of day procedures, they go and grab that bin, they come to point of sale, and just in the drop list here, they're going to go ahead and choose business, and it's even got track professional stock usage next to it for you. And then they can just scan the products out. So if you're like me and you've got barcodes in and you've got a barcode scanner, we just can scan those products as I'm doing now, and they're going to come up. If you haven't got a barcode scanner and don't want to order one, that's absolutely fine. You can just click on an empty sale line, choose business, and you can go ahead and choose all of the color tubes, maybe cleanser bottles, whatever it is that they've used. Hit done, and it puts it all to $0. I'll just finish that sale now to show you one little extra step there. So that's great. The team are doing that every day for you. As a business owner, you can take that one step further by going into tools, reports, stock, and have a look at the professional stock usage. Now, this is just a little added bonus. It is not anything to do with the end of financial year, but it's just great for looking at and making data-driven decisions rather than just guessing when it comes to how much stock you actually need, how much wastage is happening. So we can view this report, and I'll just view it for today. But obviously you'd be viewing it over weeks, months, quarters, and you can see exactly what they're using, how much it's costing you, and just really, yeah, just a really great report. Hopefully that
Fantastic.
answers that question.
It does. Thank you for that. It is quite it can be overwhelming, the report section, if it's not an area you're familiar with. There are quite a lot of reports. We will be doing a webinar this year on reporting as well, and we have plenty of resources online, and obviously we have the support desk. So don't be shy about reaching out if you want to familiarize yourself a little bit more. We also have one-on-one training, which you can purchase through our shop. Just to really make sure that you're asking the questions that you want to be asking.
Getting the most out of the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't be scared to come in and have a play with the reports as well. Nothing, you can't break anything in here. If you click on it and you run the wrong date range, it's all good. So just open up the stock section and just have a look at them. We do give you a little summary about what that particular report is about, which is great. But yeah, view it, open it up, have a look at it. There could be something that you've been wishing for and it's already there. So feel free to have a play.
Yep, there's plenty of reports. Something for everyone, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's just knowing where to find it.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
fantastic. Let's go through and make use of ordering and receiving, because I think this is a great feature that is underutilized.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Our shortcuts clients that are using ordering and receiving love it. It's a bit of a game changer because what some people don't realize is you can actually email the order straight off to the supplier. You don't have to save it, attach it as a PDF, and then email it or call it through anymore. You can just put a email address in. So actually, I'll show you that before we go into ordering. If you do think that sounds great and you'd love to order the email the order straight to the supplier, just come into products and look back at that supplier option or in the menu. Click on I'll just use monkey fonts and go details, and just down here under supplier details, pop that email address in there on the left, and then it will give you the option to email the order when you're ready to place it. So I'll come in and show you that now. So under ordering, we come up the top and we're looking for our supplier. So I'll actually do Moroccan oil just because I set the levels up before for that. I'm hitting new. This is the very first time you do a stock order. It's going to ask if you want to use statistics. I just say done because I'm happy for it to populate what it thinks I need to order. I can choose to do retail or professional. I like to do all together, but you can split them up if you want to. And it's going ahead and generating the order based on my levels. So it's looking at what I currently have versus what I require, and it's putting those levels in there for me. I can come in and make changes here. So I could change that down to 2. I could delete something. I can press add here, and I could add an extra product if it didn't come up, but I know I've got a promotion coming up in the future and I want to get 5 of this particular product, even though I've already got the full amount in stock. That's okay. You can just add the product. When you're happy with it, you press order. It's going to ask me if I wish to proceed. And if I had an email on file for that particular supply, which I don't for this one, it would say, would you like to email it? If you don't want to email it, you can always print it, and you don't have to do that either. Totally up to you, because you could always read it off the screen. That's a nice big order, isn't it? So I then go away, carrying on with my day. A week later, a few days later, I come into ordering. The order has come in stock, so I'm going to click back on the order because I want to receive it. I go through, I can reduce any of these quantities and it will put it on, it'll give me the choice to put it on back order, which just creates another little sub order, which is fantastic. I could if they gave me something for free, I could add it. You can really change anything that you want here. I can put in the invoice number. I can add a discount if that occurred. I can add my freight. And then when I'm ready, I just hit receive. I'm going to proceed with receiving the invoice, and all of those quantities that I just ordered have gone and updated my current level. It's also offering me here to print barcode labels. That is something most people don't do anymore because your products are coming with barcodes already on them. So we tend to say no there. But if you're someone that still prints barcode labels, you're absolutely welcome to do that as well. I just want to show you here under products and Moroccan oil. It's now gone, oh, I'll just show you. I got the other things that I got. So it's gone in and it's updated all the levels of the products that I just ordered there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
In terms of what it is ordering, how does it know what it's ordering?
Okay. It's the difference between the stock levels. So if I go back into ordering, no, actually, sorry, I'm going to go back into products. I think that's the best way to view it. And I will use a different product range that we haven't placed an order from yet. So it's going to look at the difference between current and your reorder level. And then that's how it knows. So it goes red when it's on the correct level. And then it goes, if it's above, it's going to be green. So it's going to look, and it's not going to order any of this. Oh, my levels are all really good. Hang on, let me just put some in that are a little bit higher. So see here how I've got 5 and I want to have 5 on the shelf. It knows what to put on the order because it's looking at what I'm under in. Does that make sense?
Yep. So
Yep.
the one that you've got highlighted there, the Diacolor gel,
It would order
it's got
4.
4 of those. Yep.
That's it.
And the one
Yep.
below, it's going to order 5 of those.
Correct. Here,
Yep.
none. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Yep. And that's why we have the min and max levels.
Options.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
They're your reorder levels. Yeah.
Great. I think that's a healthy overview that you've shown us.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is an overview, and there is more to it, which is why we, encourage you to give us a call or ask where those videos are. We do have those. If you've never seen our videos and resources online, please ask us about those.
Yeah, or even head to our website, shortcuts.com.au, and you can find our learning center there.
Yeah.
And that's got over 200 videos for you. And there's a whole products and stock management section. So, and it really breaks down everything I've just shown you one chunk at a time, just to make it very easy to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but thank you for having me.
Thank you,
Glad
Emma.
I could join. That's great.
Thank you.
And good luck to everyone for end of financial year. Hope that the report helps.
Yep, and I'll just open up to questions and answers now. But yeah, thanks again, Emma.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, if anyone's got any questions, please just pop them into the box. Just to and I'll have a look at those for you. Yep, sorry, thank you for that question. Yes, on our website, if you go up to the top, there is an option. I think it just says shop. Let me just double check that for you. Yes, it says shop at the top of the website. If you click on shop, it will open up a new tab and you can click on shortcuts training. And then in there, you can purchase one-on-one training by the hour. You can choose when that training is, so whenever suitable to you. Okay. So that's where you'll find the training. There's no other questions at the moment. So hopefully that was good for you. Again, thank you for joining. And yeah, just keep an eye out for all our other resources and any further videos that we're going to be creating for you. Thanks very much.